Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage, where I'm going to give you no context. Well, actually, last time we completed Hector's paralogue, the Brash General, and now we're going to be going to the Divine paralogue of somebody very close to a character who was admittedly heavily based on Hector. But first, yeah, Hector. So, the obvious choice for Hector among my team is Louis, and that's, I think, who I'm going to go with. He may not quite have enough strength for it, but we're going to try out and see how this works.
I'm Hector, and I won't hold back.
Hector, a question for you. What comes to mind when you see two people laughing together?
Please say yourself and Lynn.
What comes to mind? I guess I think they must be having fun. Why do you ask?
You don't want to know. It actually does kind of remind me about, isn't it like, I think it's like Lynn and Hector observing Eliwood and Minion laughing together. I think that might be a subtle reference to that scene.
I'm Hector. Pleasure to meet you. You keep staring at me. Is there something you wanted to say?
Sorry, I was just wondering what sort of person would be best suited to stand at your side.
Louis has been converted into a shipper, and I approve. I've also got to stress, I do not approve of shipping people in real life. Fictional characters, mostly fine. And now, let's finish off this long overdue level up. Also, she caps her dex at only 23.
Ivy.
It's funny how she capped it even in spite of such a low growth. Okay, more speed on Jean is always appreciated.
Let's have some fun, shall we?
I look forward to sampling your skills.
I'm so glad you said skills. But okay, I am starting to think that maybe I should try out Tamara with Tiki. I won't raise bond level too much though.
Whoa, so you're a divine dragon? We just gotta be friends.
Yes, Tamara will collect all the Divine Dragon friends. Nashiness needs Faye, Mir, I guess Sothis counts?
I look forward to it, Tamara.
Okay, well that one is kinda generic, sadly. I mean, I should probably get Life Sphere at least. Also, before I forget, we did pick up that Draco Shield. And of course, it's gonna fuel your Sandstorm. And thanks to manuals, Tamara now has Lance Power 3. So now it's time to head to, I think it's this way. Yeah, none of the other ones have any, map this lava-y. A bracelet has been sighted in a cavern of molten lava, the Kalku Caves to be specific. The area that Valtome established his competency by ordering his army to charge into back in Radiant Dawn. Proving that he is not the Radiant Strategist. But this guy is.
This place is sweltering. Are you sure there's an emblem bracelet here?
Yes, I found it. This is the bracelet of the strategist.
That's a relief. Thank you, Tiki. I'll summon the emblem right away.
Well, let's hope this strategist from Tellius isn't Izuka.
Advise us. Emblem of Acumen.
Wow, even his incantation is pretentious sounding. Soren might be lost in his books, but he'll always have us to watch his back. As you might expect, he's a heavily magic-focused emblem, boosting magic dexterity and resistance. His first sync skill, Assign Decoy, makes one ally more likely to be targeted by enemies, though it wears off if they're attacked or otherwise damaged 3 times. At Bond 4, he gets Anima Focus, which grants a debuff effect to each of the 3 basic types of magic, fire, thunder, and wind. This also affects his engage attack, meaning it will apply all 3 of these debuffs once you're at least Bond 4. And at Bond 9 you get Keen Insight, dealing 5 extra damage when hitting a weakness with an effective weapon. Though this itself is not multiplied by the weakness, it's just added afterwards. When engaged with Soren, every time you attack with a tome, you treat the enemy's resistance as if it was 20% lower, and you recover HP equal to half the damage dealt. All the damage dealt if you're a key adept. Mystical units treat resistance as if it's 30% lower, and dragons get the interesting effect of having their crit rate doubled. If only there was a dragon unit who liked to use tomes. Maybe this effect would be great on them. Soren's engage attack hits a plus-shaped area around the target, so in practice just them and those adjacent, with a fire, thunder, and wind attack at 40% damage each. The wind hit is effective against flyers, and will therefore get the damage boost from Keen Insight if you have that. Dragon units set the terrain on fire, Mystical deal 10% more damage, Key Adept gives a 20% chance of break, while having Ike Adjacent expands the area of effect to a 3x3 square centered on the target. Soren's first engage weapon is an interesting one. Bolting is one of the rare ways to attack from extreme range without Lin, but it pays a hefty price. Very low might, very low hit rate, and it can't even double. But if you've got a way to raise its accuracy, this can be nice for picking off enemies from a distance, or for aggroing things the same way Lin's Astrostorm can. At Bond 10, you get a staff effect that wasn't even in the Tellius games. It bestows a buff that causes allies to reflect 50% of magic damage they take back to the foe for one turn. As you'll see in Soren's paralogue, I feel like this skill is better in the hands of the enemy than it is for you, because you need to have a very low resistance character exposed to mages and take a lot of damage to get the biggest benefit out of it. At higher Bond levels, Soren's stat boosts cap out at +4 magic, +3 dex, and +5 resistance. Not the highest magic boost in the game, but still solid. At Bond level 13, you get the interesting block recovery skill. If you attack a broken foe with a tome, there's a percentage chance equal to your speed minus the foe's speed times 5, to a maximum of 50%, that they will remain broken. This is one of the few ways that break can be maintained across multiple combats. So if you have an enemy that takes a lot of punishment and you don't want to be eating counterattacks from them, this can help, although it's not great on maddening bosses as most of them are immune to break. At Bond 18, Keen Insight upgrades to its plus version, having you deal +7 damage for effectiveness. His Bond 15 weapon is Rexcalibur, which has solid might, effectiveness against flying units, and a massive 105 base hit, which I believe is the highest of any weapon in the game, excluding a few of Sombron's attacks. And Surge, obviously. For Inheritance, Soren's stat bonus is Magic and Resistance Plus. Even though resistance boosts are usually cheap, the fact that it also includes a magic boost makes this one really expensive. His guard skill is Magic Guard, which might actually have its uses on someone like a general. If you're getting doubled, that's -10 total damage, and that could be life-saving. All of Soren's sync skills are also inheritable, and Anima Focus is fairly cheap for what it does for you. Keen Insight could also be nice if you've got someone who's falling just short of one-shotting enemies with effectiveness. Block Recovery is also not too expensive, but bear in mind it is only useful on tome users. If it worked with any weapon, I'd assume its SP cost would be at least double this. Finally, Soren provides Knife Proficiency, a reference to sages in Path of Radiance having that as an option, lame though it was, Staff Proficiency, and Tome Proficiency all the way at Bond level 16. Yeah, Soren really makes you work for that, but it's in character. You're much better off getting that from Celica or Micaiah. Overall, Soren is a good all-round emblem to give to tome users, especially those without Levin swords, while bringing some neat tactical tricks to the table.
So, it's finally happened. I can't say I've been looking forward to this.
I believe the only other game that Kyle McCarley, and yes, I said his name wrong earlier, has voiced Soren in his Heroes, so it's kind of rare seeing him with full dialogue, and honestly I like this.
Hi there. Thanks for answering our summons. I'm the Divine Dragon.
Yes, I get the feeling these thanks not mutual.
I am Soren. I suppose you're here to ask for my aid. I would prefer it if you'd bother someone else.
I hear things are nice around Crom's area. Why don't you go to him?
What?
There's another strategist there. He's probably way more agreeable, more willing to work with people.
There is only one person who commands my loyalty. You are not him.
Please, don't say that. We need your help.
Yet you seem reluctant to force me to give it.
See, here's the thing though, Soren. If you maybe were a little bit, slightly more open, and you would mention the name of the person, we could just say, oh, by the way, we've got him with us, and then that would solve all our problems.
That seems to be your only available course of action if you really are so desperate.
That's a fair point, but I'd really rather come to an agreement.
Very well. Prove you're strong enough to be worth my time, and I'll consider it.
Really? You will?
You don't seem the type to take no for an answer, so it appears I have little choice.
Yeah, summoning a bunch of fabrications to try and kill us is Soren's way of getting us to leave him alone.
Even so, I'm very glad. Thank you, Emblem Soren.
I only said I would consider it. Not exactly a paragon of listening skills, are you?
Yeah, Soren is great. They characterized him very well in Engage. It's even better when you get to his, actual Bond conversations. They're all amazing. But I do feel like Soren is one of the few where a deadly test actually is in character and makes sense. Also, I love this. When I first tried to play this map and I saw this pop up, I was like, oh no! But in a good way. Due to the high number of enemies with staves in this map, staff/dance animations will be set to your turn for this battle. So yes, default to staff animations off. Now thankfully this does not mean status staff spam. It just means fortify staff spam. But there are a few of these fracture staffs around here. So yeah, this map is based on Kalku Caves, Chapter 3.8, I believe, from Radiant Dawn. And it's fairly straightforward, just kind of like 3 paths that lead to one bottleneck and then that branches out again and leads to the boss, Soren himself. Now, Soren has bolting, so he can hit you from very far away. He also has this, which he'll use in a pretty funny way once we get to him. Also, yeah, his stats with Rexcalibur are actually kind of terrifying. What I actually love, though, is, yeah, he has a knife rank, just like Sage's in Path of Radiance. He never uses knives, but it's just a fun callback. Also, he has Anima Focus, Keen Insights, Block Recovery, Flare, and, of course, Cataclysm. But, speaking of being on brand for Tellius mages, he's very slow. So, yeah, that's a thing that, like, he tends not to last that long once you reach him, but it's kind of all about reaching him, because for some reason, there are some 2 health bar Griffin Knights here. I don't really know why they have 2 health bars, but they do. And this central bit with a lot of these, so basically you've got some chain guarders who are all stationary here, as well as a lot of magic users. This is why I said in the last video that having a good Ike user is nice here, because you might be able to just Great Ether and smash all of them in the same turn. And that's great, because it's very hard to break through this center otherwise. So, speaking of Ike users, let's go to Emblem Rings. We want to bring Ike to this, obviously. He needs to meet his boyfriend, after all.
Ike! My turn.
And also, you know, wow, Amber has capped luck. Kind of makes sense for someone wanting to be a legendary hero, but, yeah. Also, the whole Amber Dragon plan didn't really work out, so, it hurts so much to have Roy on the bench, but, I mean, Edelgard's been working out pretty well for, Lapis so far.
Tiki! I'll do my best.
I'm gonna try Tiki. In the test file where I tried Tamara Tiki, Tamara was much higher level, so we'll see how this ends up working. And also Hector. Hector needs to go on to... Where's Louis? There he is. Okay, yeah, we need Hector on you.
Hector!
Oh ho!
He said it! I didn't even know he's... Wow. Oh boy, he doesn't really... I don't think he says that in FE7 to my knowledge, but it is a meme from Heroes. Oh-ho has officially become Hector's catchphrase now. So, okay then. I do kind of like to split up here, not least of which because there's chests. There's only 2 of them, though. But of course, Ike is going to smash straight through the center, because that's just how he rolls. Definitely want to bring Tamara. Yeah, you get 12 people for this one. So, main party minus the 2 slots you get towards the end of the game. It looks like we're ready to roll.
Let us be done with this, then.
Volcanic bombs. Avoid any areas where it looks like they might fall.
So the gimmick of this map is the same as in Radiant Dawn, but these are a lot more dangerous. It says that they do 12 damage, but from my experience on hard mode, they do 30 damage, so that might be a normal mode thing, 12 damage. Thankfully, yeah, they're guaranteed to fall wherever you see magma craters, so you are clearly told where these bombs fall. Units on yeah, it's funny, if you happen to be flying over one of them, you also take damage, but I mean, it's not like you really have much reason to go there. There's something else that those volcanoes do as well, but we'll see that later. Oh man, I love this song.
This isn't so bad.
Yeah, it does definitely fit because it's kind of based on the Devoted, but I have a quick repulse regardless if I'm engaged or not, so I don't really need to go for engaged just yet. And of course. Although, by the time you're playing this map in Radiant Dawn itself, I believe the map theme would have switched from the Devoted to Eternal Bond, but still. Both of them are good songs. And of course, this theme has bits of Eternal Bond in it anyway. Which appeared in Smash Bros. Simply under the name Ike's theme. But I mean, it pretty much is Ike's theme. Yep, here it is. Here's Eternal Bond. It's just, like, it does sum up, like, it's hard to describe exactly how this song, like why I feel that this song sums up Ike's character, but it does. Also, I am insanely paranoid of Clan getting broken and dying, so I'm using Elfire now. Even though I may not need to. Though I believe some of the map graphics here have been recycled from Grandlawn in the original, in the main story. Pretty sure that's the case because I recognize those flowers.
Awaiting orders.
I'll do it.
I think Lampa should head around the center just so she can fly into either direction as needs be.
Ready and able.
Similar with Ivy.
I'm ready.
Now, I actually kind of just want to see if I can blast a health bar off of one of those Griffin Knights just right now so I don't have to deal with them later. Because they are a little annoying to take out. No, I think I actually am going to go for one of these flyers. If you leave them alive, they will just buzz around and physics staff a bunch of people. It gets really annoying. I like to go for them early. Well, I like to go for an Astral Storm early in this case. I mean, that's a Rider's Bane, but
Stronger until no one can beat me.
it's only my only cavalry units I think are like around here. And I mean, admittedly, Yunaka doesn't really like the Rider's Bane, but still.
Ready for anything.
Where shall Temera... I think I'm actually going to send Temera around this way. In fact, I sort of want her to go a little bit further in. Probably do want Seedol in the center, though, because that is the hardest part of the map to break through. And let's see. You know what? Let's actually go Temera Dragon.
Grant me strength and victory.
Just to see how this goes. Still get the basic old fire breath, but she isn't taking much damage.
Bye-bye now.
Oh yeah, bye-bye is right.
We'll be together forever.
17 turning into 174. Yeah, I am already liking this.
Any customers?
Well, eventually those generals will be customers, but we'll see that later. And yeah, here we go. The volcanoes go off at the start of the enemy phase, and a lot of the time it's the enemy who bears the brunt of them. Which actually makes this a little bit, in a sense, kind of, the enemy is at a disadvantage on hard mode, because on hard mode, they take more damage from these, I think. Yeah, apparently the final map itself, like the last engage, is actually quite different on normal mode. I haven't played normal mode before, so I don't have a lot of experience there, but it is interesting how different it makes a lot of things. You are... Okay, yeah, you are attacking Temera Dragon.
I don't do mercy.
Who doesn't do mercy?
I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah, that's another one of Tiki's quotes. I like that better than I'm getting sleepy. But yeah, this is the reason why they turn off the staff animations on enemy phase by default. I think you can switch them back on in the menu. Why couldn't I counterattack you? Oh, because I got broken by the fracture staff. Yeah, of course. But yeah, that center is getting a little crowded. Yeah, it's kind of funny how they're mostly focused on healing the ones who stood in the lava. Or got hit by lava, let's just say. But this is the secondary effect of this.
This smoke is obscuring our view. We should advance carefully.
Smoke is a new terrain type. It gives avoid -20, defense and resistance -5. And this is actually really interesting. I feel like this is a nice way to do time pressure without going for reinforcement spam. These will eventually spread, so it's kind of like bad terrain will get spread. Of course, the bad terrain affects enemies in it too. And it can be cleared via Corrin's Dragon Vein if you want to do that. So yeah, there's a few different ways this can be handled. Okay, that's just flat ground. Gotta remember though that my resistance is fairly solid. Like here are the stats of Dragon Tamara. The amazing screeching singing dragon. Yeah, so that 43 defense does fuel sandstorms pretty well. I do not like you getting hit by 2 mages though. But I don't like Tamara getting hit by 2 generals. So this is a little... kind of wondering about this. Maybe I can canter away though. In fact...
Quick change!
Maybe it's better if I quick change and zip all the way down here and see if I can... But yeah, I think it's probably for the best that I'm trying to clear the ground for Louis, basically.
If this love is a crime...
Also just realized that I probably should have Alcrest going where Louis is, just so I can maybe attempt to show off the, his special, engage attack, but I don't know if that's gonna really be super viable. Because if anything, I'm actually more okay with Tiki getting attacked, here. Okay, that is a great axe. It's not a hammer, though. But I do have to remember that he can get broken. You know what, though? Maybe I will engage right now just for Armads. Or, you know, Wolf Bale. Why have I not been using that, actually? It's still not really doing a whole lot of damage. Yeah, I want to actually check this out, because, yeah, wow, this does look pretty cool. But I am gonna get Alcrest closer. I mean, I do need Alcrest to be around where flyers are, but, I do get the feeling that I'll be able to... that's not a great idea. Oh, then unless I just go for Manikardi. Just go for an imitation Lin here. Okay, I have Clan, I have Jean. I am probably good when it comes to eliminating generals. So, let's blast this guy.
Is it strange that I'm fighting?
At this point, not really. I mean, at the start I would have said yes, but right now, not really. So, we have magic users incoming. I think I do need to go for the Ike Engage.
Emblem, engage!
But I'm not going to go for the Great Ether just yet. I suppose I can go Ragnall. Makes sense.
I fight for my friends.
I don't know if Soren would be able to see that I have Ragnall from here, but I wonder if he heard the I fight for my friends and he's like, is he here? You'll see. The boss dialogue here is probably one of my favorite Emblem boss conversations in the whole game, just because it's amazing, you'll see. Can't believe I forgot to bring Lin to the last one, though. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Alcrest wouldn't have been that useful on that map anyway. We've established that Lapis can bizarrely one-round generals. Oh, wait a minute. I mean...
You're going down.
That missed anyway.
Sorry about that.
See, if I didn't know any better, I would swear that the game has some kind of bias to a certain lord for particular characters, because Lapis has got Dimitri a lot. However... yeah, I was gonna be like, you know, should I have saved that general for Anna? But I guess I can longbow you. But, I mean, it means Anna's gonna get hit by lava, but if no other enemies are in range, because I'm pretty sure that just like Advance Wars, map damage can't kill. But it will mean that nah, that's a lot of things attacking me. Yeah, that's 100% hit, that's fine. I don't think I've stopped the other thief yet. I've stopped that thief. There's an antitoxin that I don't need. Well, I mean, that's fine. No, I have indeed not stopped this thief. It's only gold, but still. Yeah, and in some games where gold was not like an obtainable item, then if an enemy swiped the chest with gold, you just get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. I believe that was the case in the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblems, where, you know, like, chests would contain abstract amounts of gold, and because there wasn't an item to represent it. I mean, if it was a gem, then maybe, but... You know, that sucks. That means Amber's probably gonna get hit by... That sucks more! That also sucks considerably. Glad that missed, though. And, that's not great. In fact, that's actually... Oh, that might have been death if that and a sage had hit her. We'll see. Oh, of course, you're going for Tiki, because, yeah. Yeah, she is a little vulnerable to magic, although it's more because just about at this point in the game that I'm at, basically every mage in these paralogs has Bolganone. Because it's just kind of the way that weapons scale. Okay, now it's telling me I can skip the enemy phase now. I'm probably fine to do so. And the smoke cometh. I do not like you still existing. I don't really have much that can... In fact, yeah, I don't have any magic users over on this side. But I can pivot somebody over there. Whether it be Ivy or Lapis. I think I will go for Lapis with this. Because, I mean, I do have the Wolf Bale with Hector, but it's not really doing a whole ton to these generals. Even though it, like... It's funny, I almost feel like the Wolf Bale in FE7 is like one of the few effectiveness weapons that actually feels like an effectiveness weapon, because it's just one of the few that's powerful enough to actually do solid damage.
Who's next?
And that's the kind of thing, like, for those who don't know, in the Japanese version of, Fire Emblem 7, if that's the only magic user, I should be fine to just do this, and yeah, I will... get Destructimated, but I strike first, because as much as it might look like one, this isn't a smash weapon.
You're no match for me.
There we go. Yeah, Hector didn't really have any, like, you know, obviously because, you know, the original FE7 was not voiced. But, okay. So, fun fact, you can actually trigger Sandstorm using the breath attacks. And even though I have wings, I don't think I'm considered a flying unit, so I should be fine to stay in range of that archer. I think this is probably better. Yeah, see, I can actually double this thief, which is kind of rare.
We'll be together forever.
That +5 speed is really nice. I mean, that does a surprisingly good amount of damage, but the problem is that Also, without Erica and Ephraim on the field, I'm not going to upgrade this to Eclipse Brace. But yeah, in the original version, the effectiveness bonus was triple might, but they nerfed it to double might in the English localization, and it was sort of meant to be an attempt to make the game easier, but the problem was, all it really did was just make archers suck even more, and that's about it. So okay, now is about the time when things get a little dire, potentially, but I do have my sword agility.
Leave it to me.
I just realized that Tamara's, Lance power is only going to be active while she's not engaged, but still. I mean, so far, she's actually kind of doing better with Tiki than Amber did. Right then. Oh, that's just a little bit off of... Like, if I go here, I could use Great Ether, but then Aaliyah is exposed, whereas if I go in here, I can plug the whole area and still use Great Ether. Which I think I will do, because that's how I like to clear out that corridor.
A slight setback.
Unfortunately, there's not... Aha! Here's a point where a Marth engage can actually help, though I do need to heal you. So I gotta remember that I need to heal you. Probably better if I attack from there, though. Yeah, Clan is a little shut down in this vicinity, thanks to that Rider's Bane. but he can at least one-round this halberdier. Yeah, one of the things the Tellius games are very much loved for is the introduction of halberdiers. It's just like, it really says something that a lot of people have ROM-hacked the halberdier class into earlier Fire Emblem games. Just gotta stay out of range out of that flyer. So if I attack from here, I think... okay, no, the flyer can still attack Anna, so she probably needs to get healed, but at the very least, I can bang, 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 Gatling bow this guy. I still like the Gatling bow. Didn't even need the Gatling bow, okay. Like, localization for, well, not localization, like, that's what the 4-hit bow was called in Tearing Saga originally. It's not even a localization, because the actual, like, localization, quote-unquote, just called it the, Chukonu. Where do Jean go? Jean go here, question mark? Yes, Jean go here. I mean, Amber's not really going to be attacking with Wrath anyway, so he might as well have full health. I'm a little concerned about that Levin sword with Louis. So we'll see how this goes. Once again, it's just like, for supposedly being the ultimate strategist, Soren's not that smart with how he positions his troops. Oh no, I got broken in a turn where I can't counterattack anyway. Whatever will I do? That's not terrible, actually, because I can do that.
I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah, somehow, Tiki is a dragon, okay. Somehow, Tamara as a dragon is doing significantly better than Amber as a dragon. Well, that's not great, but that is. Is she gonna... oh, she's gonna lose. She's about to lose her dragon form. Uh-oh. Yeah, exactly. Why? It's not even in ether range. But okay, you're healing. Are you... okay, you're moving in. That... oh, that actually is terrifying. Oh, dear. Thank you didn't critical. Wow, actually, you would have killed me in 3 shots. Not that that's even really possible, but still. I was gonna say, wow, Alira's getting double, but that is admittedly a Griffin Knight. I mean, still, you've got a good speed boost with Lucina. Also, I think that Griffin Knight is about to die to Amber's Great Ether. But maybe Soren ordered it to do that specifically to make his boyfriend look good. As you're about to see.
Out of my way.
Of course, the Ike music kicks in just as I'm doing this. So, will that just get one-shotted? Please tell me it gets one-shot. It does, thank you. I don't think the general will die, though. No, it didn't. But that died. Yeah, okay, so this is why I like Ike in the center on this map, because it helps you break through here pretty easily. Finally getting more strength. Okay, Geosphere, and rip, okay. Oh well. Well, I guess I get to show off my new lance power, but it's not like it's really helping. However, okay, I do happen to have you in the area. Do I kill you with Houses Unite? I do. Okay, that's fine then.
Right where I want you.
Isn't right where I want you Xander's catchphrase? I think that's what his, I like how you can just say there's griffin feathers flying in there.
Is that all?
But, like, 'cause I'm pretty sure that's the quote that all his retainers shared. Okay, good. More speed is nice. And, I mean, there's an archer there, but there won't be an archer there for much longer. There's an archer here, though. But yeah, in fact, there's actually... oh, dang it. I probably should have given this tangent during the last one, because it's like... so, this is something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's like, why I feel that archers are good in Engage. Like, even if you're not using, like, Alchrist, who may not be exactly, like, the best archer when it comes to it, I could definitely do with this recovery, honestly. I usually like to have at least one, like, major bow user in my party when I play Engage, and it's interesting because, like, it's... you wouldn't, like, think that archers would be super amazing in this game, but they somehow manage to be very good simply because there are a lot of very strong flyer enemies, and bows just happen to have just the right amount of power.
There is nothing to
to utterly devastate, like most bow users can one-round flyers. There's also the Radiant Bow as a thing that exists. So there's a few different examples of that, but also like enemies in Engage are powerful enough that chip damage does make a difference. It's like, what I've often found is it's both archers and sword masters. Archers and sword masters in Fire Emblem games, I feel, are usually like how good they are highly depends on the quality of the enemies. In games with very powerful enemies, like Fire Emblem 6, for example, bow users tend to be quite decent because providing chip damage from range without risking a counterattack is actually very important. Whereas in games with much weaker enemies like Fire Emblem 7, that's not as necessary.
You got it.
And therefore, like, you know, the niche that archers are supposed to have is just not all that useful. Oh, and I went on the lava again. And I may actually need to kill this guy then, because that means that if she's on the lava and she gets hit by something... It does mean, unfortunately, I might have to use Jean for healing this turn, because... And then we'll see. I'm just trying to think whether or not...
Sort of like that, maybe?
Whether or not I can afford to expose Anna to stuff, because... I'm glad that I estimated range there with Cancer correctly. Because I knew he was out of range if I didn't canter him. I suppose Seedol can head towards the center. I don't really foresee much difficulty down there. Yeah, I don't... Oh, actually, wait, no. Maybe I do want you to go in the smoke. Because if that great paladin attacks, it dies. Because I get to strike first, so... Because if I go here, I stop Anna from, like, you can't possibly Thoron Anna, and Thoron plus the lava damage will probably mean dead Anna.
Phew.
A weird thing to be musing on, but I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't gained many supports in these DLC chapters so far. Okay, Engage Plus with Seedol would legitimately be hilarious, but... Let's just see, and that is also a Great Axe, and that's a Gritlance, I can tell by the... Oh wait, no, that's Magma Crater. Yeah, I don't really want to take 30 damage on someone who only has 43 HP, and will only ever have 43 HP, because, capped HP. I mean, you can bruise that with, not Micaiah. It'd be funny if Micaiah's inheritance raised HP, but no. You can boost that with Corrin's inheritance. Finally found the right female lord name.
I won't forget.
Even though Corrin is not always a female lord. Yeah, don't want to get hit by that sage. Yeah, if anyone is in serious need of healing, it's Louis right now. In fact, specifically because he does need to be at high HP levels for his Engage skill to work, which I don't even know if I'm going to get good use out of. Like, I could try for it when I'm close to Soren, maybe? And that's why I didn't want you getting hit by Thoron. Speaking of getting hit by Thoron, I think that's about to happen. And okay then. I was hoping for Sandstorm there. Ow! Well, actually, that was surprisingly not a lot of damage for getting hit by a Great Axe. However, that's a lot of damage on Clan. Admittedly, his resistance is not great, though. However, I know you die. Oh, actually, you don't die! I am insanely glad that Thoron didn't hit. Okay, I miscalculated that. Wow, okay, I need to be more careful with Clan, because I've almost had him die a few times. Yeah, Wow, you have 21... Oh, yeah, you're a paladin. Of course you have decent resistance. I mean, that's sort of a niche paladins have in some games. Yeah, the smoke also affects mobility a little bit.
I'm pretty tough, you know.
Unfortunately, I can't really have Clan get rid of the smoke and attack in the same turn. Or can I?
Here I go!
Just realized that, because I can do Torrential Roar. I mean, admittedly, though, this is also going to get rid of the, well, I mean, the terrain this creates is not going to be as easy to, like, it's not going to be any easier to move through than smoke is. Still going to slow down, but... Huh, wow, that's actually death. I guess it makes sense because clan strength is high, but still. Well, that's not Magma Crater. But, yeah, wow, actually, Anna's even more stuck than she used to be. So, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but still. I mean, I've only got one engaged turn left, I probably have to use Storm's Eye. I don't want the enemies to attack Alchrist instead of Louis. But I do really want to try Storm's Eye Plus.
I will protect everyone.
Okay, well, you're dead, yep.
I'll apologize later.
Definitely not as dead as the Tamira Sandstorm, but still. That's the wrong person. Okay, here we go, Storms. Can they even reach Alchrist? No! Okay, this is the perfect time to use Storm's Eye Plus, then. 41 defense. Yeah, I'm just wondering if the volcano damage will kill me, but I don't think it will. Okay, Storm's Eye Plus. Let's Armads, obviously.
Let's go, Lynn.
Hector.
Hector!
Enough chit-chat.
I like how it's like you just literally pose dramatically. That's how that skill works. I need you to die, though. In which case, yeah, probably the best option here is Ivy. Just jamming out to the awesome... So, this actually also reminds me of something that I wanted to say as well. So, the music that I use in one of Ike's bios was, like, I had to find a brief snippet of... It's like the start of a battle theme medley in one of the official Fire Emblem concerts, because... And I know this is probably a good thing, because it implies that the soundtrack is already good as it is, but, it's very hard to find, like, remixes of Telia songs. There are legitimately not many of them out there. Like, what I usually like to do is for every, like, the second part of an Emblem's bio, I like to go into, like, that Emblem, I like to, like, use, like, an official remix, whether it be from Smash Brothers or Warriors or somewhere else, whereas the first one I use a song from their original games. Although I'm using all remixes for the DLC emblems, hopefully. But yeah, with Ike, it's really, like, there's that rock remix of Radiant Dawn on the Flower of Enchantment album, but that's, like, one of the only official Tellius remixes I can find out there. And yeah, I don't exactly want to go into unofficial remixes because, yeah, I don't know, like, I appreciate the occasional unofficial remix, but, like, they're never really a high priority for me to listen to. I've always been more into official remix albums. Okay, they're starting to use Reflects now. But... yeah, that's a thing that happens.
Your luck's run out.
Yes, your luck has definitely run out. I'm guessing all of these quotes are from Heroes, and because I usually play Heroes with the sound muted, because I'm usually playing it in a public place,
You're no match for me.
I don't recognize most of these. It would be cool if, I mean, I don't know if, like, FE7 is a particularly high priority to remake. Like, characters from FE7 were, like, first into Heroes because it was the first Fire Emblem game released in the West, so it does have that nostalgia going for it, but I don't think it's really high on Intelligent Systems' list of remake priorities. But you guys are, Oh, wait! You're Enchanters! I didn't even realize that! Oh, yeah, this is a totally new class, by the way. I forgot these showed up outside of the Fell's Interlog, but they do. So, also, they can access the convoy even though the enemies have no convoy. Or do they? If you've played Fire Emblem 7, you can actually make enemies access the convoy, and it's funny because they share your convoy, so they can throw all their items into your convoy and you can take them. Oh boy, yeah, that's fun. Anyway, so what enchanters do is they use items to give special effects to, like, all adjacent allies. So, from here, they have, like, a 30% chance to ignore damage from one turn. It is kind of interesting, but honestly, I totally forgot there were enchanters in this map. Just because they're not, like, really the most interesting of all things. I don't really like the idea of Clan getting attacked by two of those wyverns at once. Like, not unless he's, like, super healed. Even then, I feel like yeah. Where's Ivy? I almost called her Camilla again, but I just managed to restrain myself. You know what? I'm gonna go Great Sacrifice.
Emblem
Seems like a weird time to use it, but I mean, I guess it is a Tellius map. But this is almost entirely for Clan and also Anna. And also kind of Tamara. Okay. Thing is, I don't... Because obviously, because Soren has bolting, once you get in his range, obviously everything is just going to start charging. But I want Ike back, obviously. And I probably also want Tiki back. I really hate having to use Jean just for this, but I mean...
Here I go.
Actually, Conceal, nope, he cannot quite get in the huddle. But I guess maybe Ivy could. Actually, no, wait.
Lend me your strength.
Engage plus on you, so I can Bondage Shield. You do have to be careful because Soren will be using Cataclysm. And Cataclysm does hurt a lot, especially backed up by Flare, cutting your resistance. And it also gets the effects of all 3 Anima Focus debuffs. Also, what Soren likes to do early on is he likes to use Reflect on the generals, meaning that, like, you can easily kill yourself if you use a mage on them. I suppose I don't really need to worry about him taking 30 damage if I'm going to be bondage shielding him anyway. I don't exactly know if I want a Great Ether, though. But yeah, I can bondage shield there. Actually, it levels me up. I think it's because of the spirits. Yes, there appear to be a lot of dead people in this vicinity, and you can probably tell why. Perhaps a bondage shield Lapis might actually be okay. And I can also shield Gambit for good measure. We can find out which of those takes priority if you've got that and bondage shield at the same time. Oh, let's just get Hector back. And you know what, let's get Lynn back. Because, you know, I only need Lynn to be that far back and she can still contribute to things. Speaking of still contributing to things, can maybe get Tamara in here, potentially, and go engage?
Emblem, engage!
Tiki's kind of a case where it's fine to engage even if you're... Oh, that's fun!
I love you all!
I love you so much, I'm gonna make Amber able to die, except not die. But yeah, where it might be valuable to go engage, even if there's no enemies in range, because it does buff up her stats significantly. Of course, all of this will be totally a moot point if Clan dies to the Wyverns. Because in fact, I mean, that's funny overkill. Now, why not? Okay, Amber's... Oh, wait, Anna's getting hit by that again. Anna's gonna win the most hit by meteors award in this map. Okay, you're still enchanting. Yeah, that's what Soren likes. Oh, you didn't even... Well, I believe I just wasted Great Ether then. Okay, 20. That's fine, I think.
Guess I did it right.
Should be fine. Hopefully I did it right. Yeah, there's another 20. So I'm glad I did use that, heal.
I've decided.
Great sacrifice. Oh, well, they did actually go in. I'm pretty sure I Great Ethered. Wow, I'm getting forgetful of stuff I did kind of early in the turn. I didn't, okay, right. I was saving it for now. In that case, yeah, so here's where things get annoying. They have Reflect on them, so they'll go boing.
All right.
If I try and, I'm very tempted to Great Ether. I'm actually not totally blocking them off, though. Actually, wait. I normally don't like doing this, but if there's a way that I can break through, kill off the Enchanter, and then put Amber in there? Yeah, maybe. Because I just realized you guys are assuming I'm going to attack you with magic. However, what you don't realize is I have a Dimitri. I mean, Dimitri is severely allergic to, like, magic in his own game. Kind of just like Ike is, but,
Is that all?
he does help Lapis break through these armors pretty handily. In fact, I might even be able to just use Lapis on both of them. I was thinking of, like, maybe Tiki on the second one, but I'd need to get very lucky with Sandstorm, and that's probably not gonna... Unless... No, wait, Soren has bolting. He could actually legitimately just bolt her to death. I think this is potentially more reliable then. Probably. It is weird how much like anime maids these enemies look, like the enchanters. But okay then, with you done, I can actually go there and grab that, and now I can run Little Lord Ike in here and activate the ether. I mean, I could even try and Bondage Shield for good measure, but I'll probably get Cataclysmed in the face. Oh, actually, Jean one-rounds the heroes. That's a little unexpected. Like, one-rounding warriors, definitely. One-rounding heroes? Kind of surprising.
Should I have held back?
No, you should not have. Hopefully Soren doesn't kill with bolting. He's probably going to go for Cataclysm. I doubt he's actually going to go for bolting, but don't want to lure that enchanter in there though. It's funny that I'm talking about enchanters just when I was talking earlier about the Flower of Enchantment album.
Guess I did.
Is that what it's
right.
called? It's called Session, but it was one of the older official remix albums out there. But yeah, there's a rock remix of Bearer of Hope, which I believe is what I use for most of the Radiant Dawn bios in that playthrough, so yeah, that's some trivia for you. Yeah, I'll definitely take AoE Physic. I often forget that I have this, because AoE Warp is just so good. I'm gonna engage, just in case he... So I don't think you can use Cataclysm with bolting, but I don't want to be wrong about this. So this is purely a for fun thing. Because, like, it's entirely possible I could get some kind of crazy, crazy sandstorm thing going.
Here we go.
Well, there's one sandstorm. And no other sandstorm. Okay, well, I had to use Lapis anyway. Okay, I mean, we just got Hector. I probably should have him take some of the kills here. It says you're going to attack. This is still totally reliant on the chain attack in order to work.
I'll go first.
Okay, the chain attack worked. Oh, and I got Timera as well.
Your luck's run out.
So yeah, because there's so many magic users in this map, it hasn't really been a great map for Hector. Well, let's just Bondage Shield these two, because why not?
I'm sorry you're stuck with me.
Is there anybody significant that I can snipe with this? I might need this to fight Soren later, though. Oh, actually, I can kill off a few of them. Like, it's going to be really fun to watch Amber explode them all is the thing. And he has a Revival Stone. I shouldn't be too worried about him, honestly. I think I really, objectively speaking, I probably should go for one of them with this, but I'm going to see if Amber can handle it on his own. In the spirit of Ike. And ow. I am a little worried that you're attacking before... I was wrong to say that Soren wasn't a good strategist on this map. Okay, this changes things significantly.
The time has come to unleash all my power.
Okay, Louis probably dead.
Show us what you've got, Emblem Soren.
Alir?
Give us the chance to prove that we are worthy allies.
Well, at least I got this conversation for the record, but I think people are probably dead here. Oh, please don't die. Ow, ow.
Is this really?
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's gonna kill Louis for good measure. So, yeah, pretty much this entire Great Ether plan is doomed to failure, unless I just have only Amber down here, because he does have a Revival Stone. And I will save Astra Storm. Honestly, I should have known better than to try and choke point in Engage. With Amber fully healed with Great Ether and him being the only one who can get attacked there... Oh, and he just got hit by a volcanic rock, but still. Should hopefully be okay, but it's almost like those Smash weapons are an anti-Great Ether squad. It's kind of clever use of them.
Out of my way.
Okay, so this probably gets rid of his Revival Stone. No, you're going for Lapis instead, okay. This does, though. So thank you, Revival Stone. And yes, I know there is smoke. Oh, smoke just happened to appear on somebody who's about to get great ether. So, yeah.
You always did like making things difficult.
Oh, this is a great way to get this conversation.
Ike? Let's see if this is good enough for you.
Stop! You don't have to prove yourself to me!
Oh, he does!
I won't let anyone die!
So that's, yep, goodbye one of Soren's health bars, that is also a dead sage, and that's, yep, not dead, okay. But I should be able to finish off Soren like this.
I'll do my best.
Before I go, though, let's pick off a sage with Astra Storm.
Now I need to get stronger until no one can beat me.
I do want to try and take out as many of these weird mates as possible. It's kind of a weird design. I remember that some people data mined this before it officially came out, just to figure out like how the class worked and all that.
Ready.
And her movement is down because of Cataclysm. Oh, that's a Chain Guard. Oh yeah, and Enchanters are Key Adept, so they themselves can also Chain Guard.
Any customers?
And you just equipped Bolting. Okay, so now it's time for us to completely wail on you. Has wanted to give some rare footage of actual physical Axe Anna in action. Also, Soren getting beaten up with a sword by Marth.
I'll go first.
All mine! On the house!
Was that sufficient?
Yes, certainly was, and now one more health bar. I do sort of want Tiki to get as much, like, of the kills as possible, because she does need to level up with Starsphere. I mean, it wouldn't be a map with Amber without him casually killing something with a casually killing a general with a longbow.
I fight for my friends.
And people who may possibly be more than friends. You know what, just out of pure spite, I'm gonna just kill off all of the enchanters. I don't know why exactly, but it's like they're in kind of hard to reach locations and they're kind of more support type enemies, so it just kind of makes me just want to beat all of them.
Begin.
Because if I go dance here, I should be able to finish that one. No, we get a level up on Seedol too. I'm stalling things a little bit, but again, it just, I don't know, it's just, I've made a little bit of a challenge out of killing off the enchanters. Can I? I might not even be able to. Or, you know, I take away the Chain Guard with this first. So I'm like, what am I thinking? I have Sigurd, I can reach anybody that I want to. And just because I can Poison Gambit again.
I'll go.
Don't waste my time.
Nice spinning Wyvern Cyclone there. Oh, and that actually gave me 3,000 individual combats. Nice. But okay then, now Soren is about to get beaten up by a Seeing Dragon. Or maybe not, actually. I've got people who can finish this if this fails.
Allow me.
Have another.
Get one free!
Okay, no, that is enough.
Do mercy.
But Tim doesn't do mercy.
I'm sorry.
Wow, Soren's defeat quote is actually really painful sounding. And there we go. Yeah, that one, actually, I underestimated Soren's tactical powers at the end. He made great use of smash weapons there.
That's enough. Let's end it here.
Yes,
Don't
for
look so nervous. You performed rather well.
well, minus the alternate timeline where Aaliyah died.
Does that mean you'll join us?
I am willing, though I suspect my involvement might cause problems for you.
What makes you say that?
I sense you will find my advice difficult to follow.
I was about to joke that it's like because I'm a jerk, but even Soren admits that's basically the reason.
As an example, my mercenary group was tasked with sheltering the princess of a ruined country. At one point, we were surrounded by enemy soldiers looking to capture her. As the group's strategist, my advice to our commander was to surrender her immediately.
Yes, this actually did happen in Path of Radiance.
My logic was that, as mercenaries, gold was our priority. We had no moral obligation to her. Circumstances later changed, but I stand by the advice I gave at the time. I would give it again.
You're right to think I would disagree with that advice, but wrong to think I wouldn't value it. Difficult decisions need to be looked at from every angle.
This is a good point, although it does remind me about, according to some interviews, Path of Radiance's chapters were supposed to branch depending on whether you followed Soren's advice or Titania's.
So I actually think it's a good thing that we have such different perspectives.
But I agree with Aaliyah here.
I could debate you on that point, but I don't see it getting us anywhere. Instead, let me give you this advice. Follow your own ideals.
What do you mean by that?
War is cruel. Wishful thinking won't bring you victory, but sticking to your convictions will. If war has taught me anything, it's that sheer determination can alter the course of history.
So, when I see this sentence, I like to think that Soren, by war here, he actually means my boyfriend.
So go on believing as you do. Continue forward in your own way. I will support that.
I understand. Thank you, Emblem Soren. I know there will be hard choices ahead. I'll be counting on you to help me make them.
Since the main story is over, that's kind of... actually, thinking about it, Fell's Interlog, hard choices, that's kind of true. We'll see.
In the meantime, it's great to have you with us.
And I know someone else who's glad.
Looks like you and I get to team up again. It's good to see you, Soren.
If I'd known you were here, I'd have joined right away. You should have said something sooner.
Again, if you had specifically named the person you work for, then Aaliyah would know who that is, and, yeah.
No harm in a bit of extra training.
May I ask you a favor?
Sure.
I'd like to resume my post, if you'll have me. My place is at your side.
I figured it was only a matter of time until you asked me that. Yeah, of course. I trust you more than anyone. You know that.
Thank you, Ike. Serving you gives me purpose.
It is nice to hear Ike and Soren actually getting to converse with full voice acting. And they've never reverted that. Huh, for once that looked like the loading icon just changed. But yeah, Ike and Soren is practically canon at this point. In fact...
Not bad.
I forget if it's in the C Bond conversation. I might want to make a save and show his Bond conversation with Goldmary, because that kind of alludes to it. But yeah, I'd be mostly okay with that. Like, one of the things that I've always kind of wanted Fire Emblem to do in a newer game, and this one didn't really do it because, you know, no paired endings outside of the main character anyway, but, like, I do want to see, like, actual same-sex romance options that are not specific to the Avatar. Like, let people besides the Avatar get into same-sex romances. Like, maybe not with anyone, like, limit it to pairs that make sense, but I still just personally think it just... They kinda did that in Three Houses, but a lot of them were still ambiguous, and it was, like, only in, like, certain paired endings. And again, it was very ambiguous, like, rather than, like, outright explicit. But I'd like to see at least a few potential same-sex paired endings outside of the Avatar, because that shouldn't be... Because if the Avatar is able to do that, then more people should be able to as well. I forgot I had this on my head. But with that, I'll end things here, and next time we'll be heading out to obtain a DLC emblem of a pretty controversial character. See you all then.